All right, guys. A very good morning to you all again. My name is Professor Osama Khan, as you all know. The ones who don't know, I am a faculty from Mumbai. I have been teaching strategic management in the last 3 years. I teach business at foundation level, business correspondence and reporting, business and commercial knowledge, the two papers over there. Here, inter level, I teach strategic management. All right. Now, I have been a tax advisor working for Ernst & Young for the last, I'm not currently working, I have experience working with EY for the last 4 years. I am also a certified subject expert in two international companies that is known as, one is Chegg India, the Indian version, and the other is Bartleby. Bartleby is again a subsidiary of Barnes and Nobles. All right, it's an American company in which I am an accounting expert there, and with Chegg India, I'm a management expert, right? A textbook management expert. I solve basically the textbooks which are given to you. Okay. I also have a business now. I think this you didn't know last time. Yes, I have a business now. Please come in. I have a business now. I have a small supermarket. During the lockdown, because an opportunity came up, I opened a small mini supermarket, which operates only on WhatsApp. All right, because people love chatting, people don't like to call. You can WhatsApp me or my business number, and food or other items will be delivered to you. All right, so I am all in all very much attached to business. So this paper becomes very relevant to me because SM is what we are going to study. All right. Yeah, please come in, please come in. Okay. Now, your strategic management is divided into 8 chapters. All right. Total of 8 chapters. All chapters carry equal weightage. Okay. So anyone has any idea what strategic management is here? Any idea? Hearing for the first time? Or have you heard about this before? First time. All right. There is no management subject in your college. I'm assuming everyone goes to college here or no? No? College shut because of COVID, or you all don't go to college? Don't, why? Correspondence. All right. All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, 8 chapters, all chapters carry equal weightage. Okay. In terms of notes, I don't think there's much for you to write. Okay, I'm telling you from now in advance, it's more of listening, understanding. Now, 2 materials have been given to you. One is the module which is given by the institute. All right. The material that which I have given, okay, I have worked a lot of it and I spent a lot of time because in lockdown I had nothing to do. So I spent a lot of time in devising this material. Okay. Now, a thing about this material is your first reading should always be from the module. This will not be your first reading. Okay. Your first reading or your first 2 readings should be from the module. Your third reading onwards, all right, your third reading onwards should carry on from this material that I have given you. If you start from this material itself, your knowledge will be incomplete. All right. Now remember, your paper carries 50 marks, but 50 important marks, right? EIS is a little difficult. The ones who have attended EIS, it's a little difficult because we have not seen EIS, right? If they tell you about cloud computing, if they tell you about architecture, okay, conceptually we understand, but it's very difficult for us to imagine. You've never seen what a cloud infrastructure looks like, right? The only cloud we know is Google Drive or Apple iCloud. Yeah, that's all we know. But there are many more services, flow charts and all. Concept-wise, it is fine, but it's very difficult to imagine what goes on. All right, so it becomes a little difficult. EIS becomes a little tricky. You have to spend more time. But when it comes to SM, you've seen everything. The things that I tell you, the examples that I give, the cases that we discuss, everything will be very familiar to you. Everything will be very familiar. All right, is that okay? So spend time. Now, 3 things you should keep in mind, especially the ones who are watching me online. you need three things to understand strategic management. Now, guys, understand something. This is something that is taught to MBA students in their final exams. MBA has strategic management as a paper. We have it as a subject for 5 marks. Thank you. We have it as a subject for 50 marks, sorry. But for MBA students, strategic management comes as an entire paper for 100 marks or whatever the marks they have. All right. So it's a very, very important subject going forward also in your practical life. Now, SM is something which I, not because I teach SM, but I implement SM also. The businesses that I did, the businesses which I'm doing, apply strategic management. All right. So whenever you're coming in for the next 8 days or so, we will be studying strategic management. Try coming on time. If you're late for some reason, just walk in, no issues. I will not ask you to wait out. Okay, that's completely okay. Now, three things we were talking about: K, L, and U. All right, K stands for keywords. Very important in giving your paper. All right, very important in giving your paper. If you write the paper in your own words, you will not get marks. So please, for whatever reason it's there in your mind, a lot of people say, sir, my content is good, but I don't get marks. All right, now you're done with foundation. Foundation was just a piece of cake. All right, inter is another monster on its own. All right, so what you need to do is understand the keywords. Now, what do I mean by understanding keywords? You have to try replicating the language of the module as much as possible. That is very important. Your material is completely based out of the module. I have maybe some areas I have simplified it, but I have tried to retain the module material. So once you finish module and you see this, everything will make sense. All right, everything will make sense. So keywords is very important. It needs to appear in your paper, otherwise you will not score marks. Because there is no middle in strategic management. Either you will fail or you will get good marks. Right? You might not know in the paper whether you have failed in EIS or SM, but especially with SM, if you've somewhere scored less marks, then understand you've gone wrong in either of the three things. All right, L stands for language. A good command over the language is important. All right, now see, I always keep telling my students, it doesn't matter from which background or from what you have studied previously. You're sitting here now, past doesn't matter, it's frozen. All right, it's frozen in time, it doesn't matter what we studied or what we did or which school we went to, etc., etc. What matters is now. You all are sitting over here, equal opportunity, being taught by the same person. Online people are also watching the same content. Language development is very important, guys. All right, language is very important. You need to understand why, what they are saying, right? Now, reading doesn't just mean that, for example, if I read the module, I take anything random. The origin of business policy can be traced to 1911 when Harvard Business School introduced and integrated. This is just plain reading. Everyone knows how to read. But when you sit and study, you need to understand things conceptually. Read it slowly. See what it means. Understand what it means. Okay, rather than just reading it. This is where people generally go wrong in theory subjects. Now, I have a theory that technically all subjects are theory subjects. All right, I don't make the distinction between theory and practical. Now, accounts, the most practical subject that you have, what is accounts without its theory? Nothing. You guys have just ignored the theory, but in effect, you're applying what the theoretical knowledge of accounts tells you. All right, and I'll tell you something, the people here, you guys know each other. You must be knowing who's better in accounts, who's not good at accounts. There are some people whose accounts are good. The people whose accounts is good, their theory is strong. They know the exact three rules. They understand what every account means. Is the reason that's why they can process accounting in a better manner than other people. The ones who are weak in accounts, probably your theory is not great. You must have just ignored or you don't understand conceptually. So basically every subject has a theoretical base, same as SM. The only thing is in accounts you replicate in the form of accounting, ledgers, journal, final accounts, balance sheet, etc., etc. That's the transformation. In strategic management, you have to write. All right, that's just the output that matters, right? So knowledge Keywords, language is important. Start reading a lot of material. Start speaking in that language. Language is just imitation. Okay, you don't need to worry that, oh sir, okay, I have never done, how will I do? Nothing like that. All that nonsense is not, how do we say, an excuse that you give. Okay, try talking, watch. I have told my foundation students also, if you are, if it becomes difficult for you to speak in English, just watch old English movies, not the new ones, not the types you watch, the old English ones, right, with subtitles. Even today, I watch with subtitles. Anything that I watch with subtitles, right? I can read and I can see and I can understand. All right, so that is language. And the U, the last part, understanding. If you keep in mind these three things, strategic management will become very, very easy for you. Keywords, language, understanding. Multiple, minimum 3 readings before you appear for your paper. Right? Minimum. You can't expect that you'll read it once, then you will revise once during the exam, then you'll be able to give the paper. No, that will not work. Okay. Now, I have said all chapters carry equal weightage, but all chapters are not of equal length. Chapter number 2 is huge, goes on to 50, 60 pages. Chapter number 1, 16, 17 pages, but weightage same. All right. So strategize again, strategize, see which chapters carry, which chapter is easy for you to understand. Now, for example, chapter number 1 is very, very simple. It's a very basic introduction to strategic management. Will carry equal weightage as chapter number 2, in which there are so many concepts, which I usually do chapter 2 in the end. All right. Now, today, do you have the module with you, or you've just got this? You've only gotten this. Okay, from tomorrow, it's better that you carry the module. It is better. So what we'll do is, we'll keep the module here. We'll study with the module. You go home, you refer the material that I have given you. All right, you try matching the both. So what happens is, sitting in class for 6 hours or whatever, your first reading is done along with me. See, I'm making your job as easy as possible, so that when you go home, or once I'm not there, I'll be leaving after a couple of days, you have at least finished with one reading of SM with me in class in the last 6 days. Sit with the view that we need to finish SM in the next 6 days. Whatever later on that you do is revision, and revision is very important. See, I'm telling you out of experience. Now, this is a very small batch that I've taken. You guys, the ones who know me, we've taken bigger batches. This is just like a fraction of what we used to do. And students face a lot of problem if they leave. You will message me directly in May or around June, April or May, at around June time, May time around, and you will say, sir, I don't understand this, I don't understand that. Why? Because you have not revised. You have 7.5 other subjects to study. Total 8 papers. This is one half. 7.5 other subjects to study, within which you have to spend so much time in costing, accounts, etc., etc. So revision of this is important. And revision means a random reading. Okay, you're doing accounts, you're tired, there's nothing to do, you're about to have dinner, just read one portion of any random chapter. Chapter 2, few concepts. Chapter 1, the entire thing. Chapter 3, whatever, up to you. Just pick up a random subject, read. The more you read, the more these 3 elements will become very clear. Your keywords, language, and understanding. You can't mug up. Now the whole concept of mugging up is to be left behind. You can't possibly remember all of the questions or entire thing that I have written over there. That's why these 3 things, and you will easily or score beautifully in your EIS SM paper. Another feature of that material that I have given you, it consists of all past questions and RTP along with it, which are divided as per the concept. Meaning you're studying introduction to SM or whatever it is. After that, you will see that there are certain questions, possible questions institute has asked regarding that particular concept. Okay. Now, if you're studying marketing, we will understand completely what marketing is. Then after the concept is over, you will get multiple questions which are asked by the institute, either in its past papers, in the mock, or the RTP. Your entire material, past RTPs, past mock, past all of these questions are covered over here in that material, so that you know that this is the concept and this is what is expected, or this is the scope of questions being asked from the paper. All right, is that clear? Anyone has any doubt? And please be interactive. I don't bite, I don't hit people. Talk to me. All right, I like people talking to me, especially, I'll tell you something, it's a smaller class, take advantage. In a bigger class, it's not possible for me to talk to everyone or give everyone personal attention. All right, but considering it's a smaller class, take advantage. Once you leave this classroom, see, you are risking your lives and coming here, first of all. Okay, you're risking your life and it should be worth it, right? Sitting over here during this time of pandemic, give yourself credit, your time is important. All right, your time is important, more important than my time. Anyone has any doubt? No doubt. Anything? Online. Online. You go to the institute website, you will find it under the Board of Studies material. All right. Which material haven't you got? You were saying? Module you're saying, right? Is there online? Oh, okay. For class, you're saying. Okay. Anyway, we've gotten digital if you want to carry some tablet or laptop or something. Okay, we'll see. We'll figure out. Today, at least, we'll stick to what we have and we'll study. Tomorrow, with another day, we'll tackle that problem another time. Sir, are there any changes? November? No. You can. You can. Changes means there will be a little change in the presentation. If there's something new, I'll tell you. But there's no drastic change that, once a topic got removed, a new topic got introduced, nothing. Just small presentation changes. What happened? Please. Must have fallen from a tree. All right, everyone ready? Okay. No new concept as such, only little bit presentation changes over here, maybe a new point or a new point here or there, etc. All right, but no major concept addition or no deletion. All right, now, okay. I will be trying to make strategic management as not simple. See, understand something. Nothing is simple now. You're getting it. Nothing is simple as such. You are just overwhelmed because it's very new for you. All right, first time, etc. But as you grow, your mental level grows. Similarly, the complexity of the things that you are studying will increase. Now, compare yourselves with what you studied in school. There's a difference, right? There's a difference from what you studied in school, the math you did in school, or the accounts that you did in 11th and 12th, and the accounts that you are doing now is different. All right. Now, can you say school was easy? No. Because you were young at that time. At that age, school was difficult for you. All right. Now, looking back, it seems easy. Similarly, after you come to final, all of these things will seem simple. All right. So remember, there's nothing difficult. Everything is as per your mental capacity. All right. As you grow, as your brain matures, of course, the complexity of things that you understand will also change. Okay. Perfect. Now, guys, understand something. Now, tell me, why is SM important? Why is SM being taught to you? Chartered accountant means either an accounting person, accounts also very less. Either you do taxation or audit. These are the two things that you end up doing in your life. If you're practicing CA or if you're related in some field, either you will do audit or you will do tax. So why is business taught to you? If you want to start something, someone is saying if you want to audit, then any other, if you want to guide someone to start a business, someone to take some material decision. But if you're an audit and tax, you will take decisions regarding tax. Yeah, then that's a good point. To understand business while doing audit, right? So you can, as a chartered accountant, you can at least provide some inputs as to how the business is supposed to be run. That's point number one. Point number two, our institute wants us to be comparable to MBAs. Okay, our institute wants us to be comparable to MBAs. What happens is mostly engineering students or commerce students end up doing MBA and CAs end up working for those MBAs. Right? MBAs means what? They are running a business. They hire a chartered accountant. They say, okay, you do our tax or you do our audit, right? You do all of this. These are the things which I don't understand. I will just run the business. All right. Now, institute says this is not fair because it's a rigorous course. We spend so many years of our lives, right? We spend what, around five years in total from foundation to inter, almost 5 years. Yeah, it's almost 5 years, including your articleship period, right? You spend 5 years and an MBA ends up earning more than you. He spends how many years? 2 years. All right, that also has fun. All right, CA students' lives you all know, right? Not even laughing early in the morning at inter level. Imagine what will happen at final. All right, imagine that's the difference. 5 whole years here, there, they are having fun, they are chilling, going to college, studying, giving exams, clearing. No one fails college. All right, you might get less marks, but failing college is very difficult. But failing a CA exam, very easy. Very easy. Like even if you study, you might fail, is what I'm trying to tell you. So the institute felt the need that a chartered accountant has to be like an overall player. All right, he needs to have knowledge of everything. That's why a little bit of costing is also given to you. If you go to C, costing is of no use because you have ICWAs for that, right? You have cost accountants for that. But a little bit of costing is taught to you. A little bit of, there's one subject called operational management. I think it will come in final. Again, MBA subject, which is being taught to you. All right, the syllabus has gone to a complete change. You've introduced international taxation. They give you IT knowledge. All of this is to help you become an all-rounded person, to make yourselves comparable with MBAs. This is, since, see, I'll tell you, I'm a subject expert in this thing, certified subject expert in SM. Tip of the iceberg. SM is actually tip of the iceberg. Now, when I say SM, don't think this is management. The 12th standard Henry Fayol management that you studied, forget it. Okay, literally forget it because it's old now. It's not relevant in today's world. If you see the 14 principles of management stated by Henry Fayol, many of them are not relevant in today's world. It will not make sense. You will read it, you will see things happening around you. You should find a conflict that, sir, this doesn't make sense, and you are right. It will not. All right, it will not make sense at all. The word strategic is added for a reason. All right, the word strategic is added for a reason. The management that you studied was lower level management. How to manage people, lower level HR policy as employees. Here, the management that you are studying, strategic management, is as the upper, middle, or the top level. So please keep this in mind. So when you're sitting in my class, think that all of these are my future board of directors. That's why it's called as strategic management. These are decisions, these are topics, these are things which is discussed by the upper or the top level management. So probably someone is a finance director over here, someone is the marketing head over here, someone is the finance head, production head, sales head, etc., etc. You're not an employee when you're studying strategic management with me. You are in the management position. Now, when I say management position, it means you are in a position of taking decision. A normal employee doesn't have the power to take decisions. He's given work and you are supposed to execute it. But when you are studying SM with me, it's all about decision making. It's all about how you think. The most important thing is how you think, how you analyze. All right, perfect. Now you know why SM is being taught, and I'll tell you something. SM is everywhere. What happened to Jio share prices? Does anyone follow this stock market over here? Yeah. So lockdown. Now lockdown, a very important, a wasteful year for me, right? I've not even. My birthday is in May. I'm not going to even add my age. I'm going to stay the same. 2020 is something that is we're going to skip. Now tell me something, guys. A lot happened in 2020. A lot, right? Nothing happened to us, right? Nothing happened to us. But there are some people who took advantage of the lockdown. Now lockdown in, you've studied economics, right? Now lockdown is a situation where demand is zero. Okay, understand something. When I say lockdown, now we are not in lockdown. All right, we have some restrictions taking place. I'm talking about same time last year. All right, when we were in a proper lockdown, means demand is zero. Then how come there are people who are rising up in terms of their net worth? Means I'm talking about Elon Musk. I'm talking about Ambani, right? I'm talking about Jeff Bezos. All of these people. Now Ambani, let's take Ambani now, local guy, right? Our friend. Yeah, I have tea with him occasionally. All right, now Ambani, what happened to that guy? Suddenly, around I think April was the time, March and April, where the share prices rose and he jumped into the top 10. And then eventually he jumped into the top 5. Now, who are these people, guys? I'll tell you something. Now, Panasonic you see over here, you see the AC over here, you see Apple in my hand, you see some companies. You think these are the only companies which are making these products? There'll be multiple ones. Now, if I'll take a simple example such as tube light. Now, can you tell me how many manufacturers of tube light are there? Philips, Havells, Eveready sells tube lights also. Speak Eveready, Surya, 4. Yeah, Surya does 4, and Crompton, 5. You think in the entire India there are only 5? Why do you know these names? They're applying the subject properly. Their management is taking correct decisions, is the reason you guys remember the name, right? You guys remember that. You go to Flipkart and you go check the mobile section. Now there are so many more brands over there, right? Coolpix, then there is so many mobile manufacturers, but we remember only a few. Why? Because these are the people who are applying this subject in the right manner, right? Nothing falls into their laps. Everything in the business world that you see is a well calculated decision. All right, everything that you see, whatever happens in the business world is a well calculated decision. Good or bad depends on the circumstances. Now Ambani, what happened, guys? Do you know that he made Jio a debt free company, virtually debt free? What do you mean by debt free? No debts on the liability side. He basically made that organization free. You're understanding? He launched Jio with certain amount of capital. Of course, it's not his own money. All right, he took loans. He launched Jio, very successful. We have Jio users over here. All right, very successful. Eventually, the path went on. You guys know the story. It came up with free, then charged a little bit, then came with Giga Fiber, Jio Fiber, then came now Jio Fiber. Now, one more thing, I'll tell you. Optical fiber, right? Now I'll tell you something. The reason EIS becomes difficult for us, optical fiber is something that I had studied in school. All right, so it existed when I was in school. Now, I'm not that old, but it existed. But it's very difficult for us to imagine. We are seeing optical fiber. I am seeing optical fiber now. Right now, it makes sense. Okay, this is how it works. This is how fast internet should be. So similarly, the same problems will be faced by you. All right. But again, that doesn't mean you neglect it. It's important. You have to study. You have to work even harder because it's difficult to imagine. All right. Now, even the old chartered accountants had IT. IT is not new over there. The subject kept changing. Those people had even more difficulties. Now, I'm talking about old chartered accountants means the chartered accountants currently who are in their 40s and 50s. All right. When they passed IT, they said it seemed like a fairy tale because they didn't even have desktops at their home. At least now we know a little bit what cloud and all of this is. But imagine when I studied, I was taught IT optical fiber in school. and they said it's underground and it's super fast, it uses light, etc., etc. Didn't make any sense at that time. Now it makes sense. All right, after like 8, 10 years, not 8, 10, 15 years in fact. 15, yeah, 12 to 15 years later, it makes sense. Okay. Anyway, coming forward, going Ambani. See guys, understand, he always had an objective. See, my examples are not for your enjoyment, first of all. Okay, they seem very interesting. Students get very happy. I'm telling you openly. So this example, that example, the examples are for a reason. I want you to quote them in the paper. Okay, I don't want you to explain it to them. You will write the paper. In the end, if an example is relevant from what all you have discussed, you will write that. Okay, so that you are telling the examiner that, boss, I understand the concept and I have applied it also in the real life. Right? I want your papers to be better than the other strategic management students who are giving the exam with you. Okay, so if you want to note down, you can note down a little bit of examples. If you remember, you can go home and write it down, not an issue. Okay, now is everyone here understanding everything till now? Is there anyone who doesn't understand or who has no clue as to what I'm talking? You're understanding? Okay, perfect. Now, virtually debt free. Does anyone not understand what I just said? Virtually debt free. What happened? What did he do? Why did the company become debt free? How? Inflow of foreign investors. Who invested? Dubai. Facebook. There were some Middle Eastern investors. See guys, understand something. This guy is so smart. A situation where lockdown is there is no demand. His share prices fell. His share prices fell. And this guy came up with such a idea that he said, okay, no wonder, no doubt, let the lockdown be there. I will aim to do something that is different. Thought of this Facebook deal, got multiple investors. They invested in his company, used that money, paid off his debtors, became virtually debt free. Meaning, virtually debt free means no interest obligations. You're understanding? Paying debt is one thing. Now no debt means no interest in their P&L account. No interest in their P&L account means profit rises to that extent. All right, the share price doubled, more than doubled, from a range of I think 600, 500, 600, it went to 1700, 1800, right? I'm talking about the short period, 2000. All right, I'm talking about the short period. It range doubled, and he's immediately shot up to the top 10 billionaires, right? Richest, not even billionaires, the richest people on planet Earth. All right, imagine here money is flowing out. We are bleeding money. I had no work. I was sitting at home and I'm wondering that what is happening, right? The rich are becoming richer. Why? Because they're applying strategic management in the right sense. Okay, let's take another example. GameStop. Does anyone here know what actually happened at GameStop? Okay, does anyone has heard of GameStop? No. What are you doing? Living under a rock? News. You're supposed to know of all of this. GameStop. Now, GameStop is a US toy store kind of a thing. It's actually like a game shop, right? It sells all those games and other products, right? It's listed. Now you understand all of these terms that I'm using. It was listed over there. Now some funds over there. Funds means people who invest, right? Big funds, big companies who invest, manage your portfolio. For example, if you want to compare something like ICICI over here, all right, it manages your portfolio. Okay, what they did also very interesting, okay. What they did was they started shorting or short selling GameStop. Now, does anyone here know what short selling is? What is it? You initially selling, why do you short sell? Okay, so you're betting against the company? Are you understanding? You're betting against the company, meaning simple words, you think this share price will fall down. All right, you think the share price will fall down. So what will you do? You were saying? I will buy. See, you don't have shares with you, but you borrow kind of a thing and you sell them before you even have them, right? Because then you will buy it later because you are thinking the shares will fall down. It's like a put option. You understand what a put option is? Huh? Call options and put options. So what's a put option? It was there in BCK, chapter number 6, business terminologies. Past, no foundation? Sure. Okay. What is a put option? A right to sell at a specified price. Now, why do you always sell? You're thinking that the price will fall down. Now, this is clear with everyone why they sold, and they have been doing that. They have been investing. They were short selling since the last 1 year. Okay, calculated risks they take. Okay, so last 1 year they were selling, thinking that this company's share prices will fall down. Okay, now for some reason, people like you and me, meaning individuals, got to know what this company is doing. Now, this is sensitive information. If someone knows my position in the stock market, means I am exposed. All right, I am exposed. So this is sensitive information. No one knows what position a fund takes. Okay, now somehow this information came out. Now there's something called as Reddit. Have you heard of Reddit? What time pass do you do on Reddit? There's something called Reddit. Okay, post. Now again, two ways you can use Reddit to your advantage. There are lot of interesting topics that you get, and there are a lot of rubbish also there on the internet. Okay, so some people on Reddit it's like a community, like a social media network kind of a thing, but where only people comment or provide their views or provide resources or answer each other. They said, short selling, right? Let's start buying GameStop. They teamed up. Now, who teamed up? Individual people like you and me. Today, we got to know that this company is short selling, meaning it is betting that the price will go down. Now, if I want the price to go up, what should I do? Simple economics. I have to increase the demand. Now, I'm not asking all of you to invest millions and millions of dollars. Buy as much as you can. It was a cheap stock. It was not a very expensive stock. They were anyway expecting the price to fall down. All right. Cheap stock. It gathered momentum. Internet, imagine, people all over the internet started buying GameStop. Now, prices started rising up. Now, they expected the price to fall down. But what is happening? Exact opposite. They had to file for bankruptcy. They actually had to file for bankruptcy. A lot of people made money. Literally, a lot of my friend made so much money. He said, I made enough money that I don't have to work for the next 2 or 3 years. All right. Why? Just by investing in this stock. All right. Imagine all of these things happen. See, this is what big investors do. But this time, a lot of people criticized also because they were saying that it's unethical. Just because individuals do it, it becomes unethical. The same thing is done by big investors also. At that time, it's all right. But everyone has their view. All right. People became rich that way. My friend conducts an audit of a US stock. I have seen with my own eyes. It gave a return of 13,000% in 1 year. What do you mean by 13,000%? $1. This is a US fund now. So $1 became $13,000. Imagine in 1 year. If you had invested $1, it became $13,000 in the next 1 year. A person had invested 100,000. I'm talking about one individual. He had invested. My friend tells me it's crazy. He audits these funds. His organization audits these funds. It will not fit in the calculator also. All right, he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life. $100,000 multiplied by 13,000. All right, imagine that's the amount of money they made in 1 year. We'll probably spend generations and we'll not be able to achieve that figure. All right, is that clear? You're understanding the business terms, business knowledge, what all is happening. See, everything will connect. So the ones who are also online, I keep forgetting that they are online. The ones who are also online, stay, because it's a little difficult also, because they must be thinking that, you know, sir is just keep giving exam. It will all tie in with the material that we are studying. Okay, this is the first chapter. The base should be important. Now let's start finally with the material. The first concept that we are going to see is business policy. What do you mean by business policy? What do you mean by the word policy? Traditions, no? Okay. Certain plan of action. Okay. Let's come to the definition. What is it? Business policy is the study of the first part. The first part says FNR, functions and responsibility of whom? Senior management. Now interact, talk. We'll repeat these definitions so that you learn it in class itself. All right. Regarding what? Crucial problems. Okay. Coming back to the Geo example. All right. They were facing what? A crucial problem as to what is supposed to be done in times when they want to grow. All right. A crucial problem that affected the success of the total enterprise. That's why I've broken down. See, in the same thing, you will find this in the module. It will be given in 5 lines. All right. What we have done is I have broken down it into 3 aspects. Enterprise. Last one, which affects the direction and the future and shapes its future. Now, thinking of the Reliance example, thinking of the Geo example, think back what business policy is. Business policy, the first thing, it's a FNR. FNR is a little louder, please. A little louder. Functions and responsibilities. I just asked, what is it? Functions and whom? Senior management. Regarding crucial problems that affect the success of the enterprise. Okay? Which in turn affects decisions and shapes its future. See, I don't want you to learn. Remember, K, L, and U. Keywords. I just want the keywords from you. The rest you can tie in, I know. I know you can tie in the rest of the things together. I just want the keywords from you, right? Functions and responsibilities, crucial problems, total enterprise, direction and future, right? Shape its future. Now, understand something. Is business now the classes run from 7 to 1, example of business policy. All right, classes run from 7 to 1, example of business policy. All right, employees are supposed to wear formal clothes, example of business policy. The accounts department will not take a loan of amount more than 5 lakh without the approval of the board, example of business policies. All right, you're understanding? 2 words, business and policies. Policies are general rules, general guidelines, general statements of principles. All right, what is business? Exchange for goods and services regarding in return for monetary reward. So all of these internal functionings, rules and regulations regarding which a business functions comes under the part of business policy. All right, according to William F. Glueck, no, according to this one, Christensen. Okay, now business policy evolved. Now I'll tell you how strategic management comes also into play. It's fairly new. All the successful companies or the unsuccessful companies are observed. They are monitored. The things that they do right come under this subject. The things that they do wrong also come under this subject. Alright, no one sat and wrote strategic management. This management was written by Henry Fayol and all of these people. It became a little irrelevant. Now they said, let's see what works and what doesn't. So they analyzed successful companies, professors, educators, all of these, and then they observe they must be doing something that is right is the reason they're successful. So they try to find out what is it that they're doing right, and they start writing it, or they start formalizing as a piece of knowledge. That's why it keeps changing. It keeps changing. There's no fixed knowledge. It keeps changing, it keeps evolving. And the companies that go wrong, they also study what went wrong and they write it down so that you all don't make the same mistake. All right. Now, moving forward, business policy is what? Rational, analytical aspect of strategic management. All right. Rational means what? What does rational mean? Logical, right? Objective way of thinking, a rational way of thinking. There are no emotions that are involved. All right. Okay. Perfect. Now see, again, this particular part, whatever we studied, what is business policy, Harvard Business School, etc. The relevant questions are given over here. Define and explain the importance and evolution, business policy as a discipline, and all of these. The answers remain the same. Okay, one more thing. If our question is given mentioned over here, the answer is on the top. The answer is on the top. There's nowhere else the answer is. So this is the maximum number of ways that the institute has asked questions on business policy. All right, you don't have to search anywhere else for the answer. Okay, simple, a very okayish little topic. Now management. What is management? You all tell me, don't see there. What is management? Something that has happened should. Okay. Behavior of a group of people, then to run an organization, then systemized method of doing business. Okay. Then now understand, management can be studied in 3 ways. Okay. Now we remember we have classes. We have this inside commerce classes. We have a management here. All right. Any organization has a management here. Who is a part of the management? No, I'm not a part of the management. The admin, Tarun sir, because he manages the day-to-day affairs, all of his decisions out there. I'm not a part of management. I come here, I teach, and I leave. That's it. Now understand, management can be studied in 3. It refers to 3 things: as a key group, as a set of functions, and as an influence process. So there are, what does it mean? It basically means, management means 3 things. Management can be as a key group, meaning top level management. The way I said, inside commerce classes has management, the top level management, a group of people. What do they do? What do they do? Have you heard of this? I don't know whether you've studied audit. Those charged with governance. Those charged with governance. See, every topic is linked everywhere. See, economics is strongly linked with this. Economics is actually strongly linked with this. If you make the connections, it's you. So management means what? The people, those who are charged with governance, the ones who are taking decisions, the key group, the ones who are taking day-to-day affairs, right? They bring purpose and resources, right, together. All right. They match 5 M's: men, machine, material, method. All right. Men, machine, material, method. There's one more M: money. Right? They match the 5 M's. Now, if you study management as a function, you have your simple. Remember? PODC? Your 12th standard management: planning, organizing, directing. Now there's PODC, there's PODSCOB also: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling, all of these functions. Simple, just as a group of functions. And now the last one and the most important one, management is as an influence process. Now what do you mean by influence process? To make to get work done by others. What does it say? To make things happen, to gain command and direct events and people in a particular manner. There's a very famous definition of management, like there's a definition of money. Money is what money does. Money is what money, management is what management does. So management is what management does. All right, multiple roles. It includes functions also. It refers to a group of people also, and it refers to influence process as well. Three things. Again, management, three things. The first one, as a key group. The second one, as a set of functions. Third one, as an influence process. Okay, when I see the first one as a key group, what does it refer to? Those charged with governance. Okay, now these are the key words. Rest of it you do it at home, not an issue. You can time, that's what I'm saying. The keywords is something we'll focus over here. Set of functions, it means PODC. PODC stands for planning, organizing, directing, controlling. You can add other functions also. I've given you the base functions, old one, PODC. All right, and as an influence process. Now, what do you mean by influence process? To make things happen, to gain command, and the other one, direct events in a particular thing and particular manner. Understood? Why did I write Geo? Right? It directed events so that he could jump up and become a billionaire. Top 5 richest person. His brother, nowhere to be seen. Right? Anil is nowhere to be seen. All right, and Anil used to be the glamorous brother, you guys remember? I don't know, I'm sure you don't remember. Glamorous in the sense he was very, very flamboyant, right? Very flashy, fashionable, would go to Bollywood events, would go to this party, that party. This guy used to sit quietly at home, and look where he is and where this fellow is. Okay, now we come to the word strategy. We'll go a little slow today. Everyone fine with the pace? I know it's a little slow, but bear with me, because once this chapter becomes strong, it's a base for your other chapters, because we'll get into a lot of details and technicalities. All right, strategy. Since morning 7 o'clock, I've been using the word strategy. I've been using the word management. I've been using this word again and again. What does strategy mean now? A plan. Okay, then a framework for what should be done. Okay, then speculating. Strategy is not speculating. Okay, one way to put it. Huh? Your exams are coming in November. What's your plan? You must have some plan in mind, that I'm going to finish SM by so and so days. I want to finish accounts by so and so days. Right? What is it? It's strategy. It's a game plan. All right. Whenever I use the word strategy, it's a game plan. All right. Not everyone's game plan is the same. All right. Someone wants to spend more time in theory. Someone wants to spend more time in practical. All right. Someone doesn't want to spend any time. Right? Correct. Right? All of this is what? Strategy. All right. Now, 14th February, if you're asking out someone, right, how you're going to do it, right? What will happen if she says yes? What will happen if she says no? What will happen if she shouts? Anything can happen, no? Strategy. Again, what I'm saying, the word strategy, it's a game plan. Come to the definition. The first one, remember, UCI. Unified, comprehensive and integrated. Unified, comprehensive and integrated. Unified means what? It unifies all the functions. All right, it unifies all the functions. Now, which functions? Business functions, marketing, direct production, finance, etc., etc. So it unifies all of the functions. What do you mean by comprehensive? Diverse, not diverse, detailed, right? Comprehensive, detailed, and integrated. Integrated means what? All of these coming together, complete, all of the functions coming together. Now see, the reason I go slow and I'm teaching you the meaning of each word, it's very easy for me to say unified, comprehensive and integrated and just leave it on you guys. You need to understand, you need to connect. Now see, everything is connecting. Now these connections are something that is important. Make them here, solidify it here itself, because after I'm gone, these connections also break. I'm telling you out of experience. You don't study this chapter for 20-25 days. It will subject for 20-25 days. It will all seem new. You will then think, what did sir say? How did sir teach? I don't remember. You'll ask this person, that person, because you have a lot of load. After I go, someone else will come and then start teaching that. Then you have to absorb that. By the time you absorb that, this deletes. Is the reason you have to do it continuously. Now, quickly, I'll ask you, thinking management can be studied in 3 ways. The first one, as a key group. Key group refers to those charged with governance. See, language, we don't use top level anymore. Just for reference, yes, but when you're going out, when you're talking to anyone, don't use top level. No one uses lower level, right? The word that is used is operational level. All right, the word that is used is operational level. Top level, okay, the better word is those charged with governance. All right, those charged with governance. Now, the second part, set of functions. Basic 12th standard. What was it? PODC. Planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Then write whatever you feel like. Relevant things. Okay? Relevant things. Then the last one was influence process. Now, what do you mean by influence process? We remember Geo. Wait. You remember Geo when I spoke about influence process? So you wanted to make things happen. You wanted to influence people or events or direct them in a particular manner. All right, now see, it becomes a little easier for you to write and replicate. You can easily write that definition. Strategy is what? Game plan. Game plan. Now, according to William, strategy is UCI. UCI stands for Unified, Comprehensive and Integrated. Unifies means unifies the function. Unifies the function. Comprehensive means detailed. All right, detailed. Now, your planning is also detailed. That by this date to this date, I'll study this. I'll spend 8 hours, I'll spend 6 hours, I'll spend 10 hours, etc. It's detailed, it's comprehensive, and I is integrated. Your entire thing is integrated to do what? Pass CA Enter exams. Integrated in order to achieve the basic objectives of the enterprise. Now, we don't use the word company anymore. You can, there's nothing wrong. A better word is enterprise, entity, organization. Right? Because when we say company, it basically refers to your company structure, form of business structure. All right. Here we are referring to the structure can be anything, partnership, sole proprietor, etc. Even I as a sole proprietor, I'm an entity. All right, who's conducting business. So the word that we use here is enterprise. Why do we do UCI? To achieve basic objectives of the enterprise. Simple way. Right? Anything that comes, you can easily define. Remember this name also, William F. Cluett. According to William F. Cluett, strategy is UCI. So we've studied what is management, we've studied what is strategy. Now it's a game plan to what? Conduct its operations. Oh, it got repeated. So you can cut one. Conduct its operation, attract and satisfy customers. Third one, compete successfully. And fifth, achieve organizational objectives. So the game plan helps you achieve 4 things. Very logical. The first and foremost thing you will do regarding any business is conduct its operations, buying, selling, trade. Conduct its operations. Second one, why will you conduct the operation? To attract and satisfy customers. Third thing, what will that help you do? What will that help you do? Compete successfully. Fourth one is achieve organizational objectives. Okay, organizational objectives. So it all comes in logically. Why do you conduct business? First, conduct its operations. Okay, conducting operation leads to what? Attract and satisfy customers. Again, attract and customers. I need one strong voice. Okay, attract and satisfy customers. Now, once your customers are satisfied, you have conducted your operations, what happens? You become successful. You become successful. You are competing successfully. Now, all of these things happen. The final result is your objectives are being achieved. your objectives are being achieved. Now, the reason I'm repeating all of this, please put it over here. All right, everyone comfortable? Okay. Here, another thing we will discuss. Let me see which. We will study. Have you heard of Starbucks? Been to Starbucks? No? Why not? Don't go on dates? Costly. Definitely. I agree with you. Not worth the money. Okay. What is worth the money then? Filter coffee at home. All right. Now, heard of CCD? Do you like it? Starbucks is better. Why? Any coffee shop. Come on, talk to me rather than amongst yourselves. Starbucks been heard of Starbucks if you've not been to Starbucks. See, I don't Starbucks doesn't make any sense to me, okay? It's okay. Like I have been to Starbucks, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand this cup sizes, first of all. Right? What we understand is small, medium, large. Right? Makes sense, logical. They have very weird sizes. They have tall, they have venti, and they have grand. Now I don't know which is small, which is medium, which is. I've been 100 times. I still don't know. All right. Now when I went first time, I thought tall would mean a big size, because like I looked at myself like, okay, tall means big and it will be a bigger size. Tall is apparently their smallest size, right? Tall is their smallest size. Weird this thing. Now, but wait, understand something. Here we're trying to connect conducting operations, attracting and satisfying customers, competing successfully. Okay, now Starbucks, is it a new brand? Is it new? No. New to fairly new to India. Now it's become old in India also, right? Now it's become old in India also. Starbucks, why did it come late? Late. Why will you attract customers late? Why? 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 People from here went to foreign companies and liked Starbucks for okay, whatever. And I got your point. I got your point. Anyone? They were waiting for the standard of living to increase. Now I'll tell you something. Now, little bit of imagination will go into. Look at the timing of Netflix, Amazon Prime, online streaming, and all of that, and look at the change in our market. You will see a pattern. Okay, you will see a pattern. Okay, now you go to a I know my foundation students know my favorite place is Nilgiris. Okay, in Chennai my favorite place is Nilgiris. I can spend hours in a supermarket. All right, for some reason I just love looking at products, buying them. And I'll tell you something, I'm from Mumbai. You guys get better products than us. Yeah, yeah, I'm not kidding, because there are so many products that I see over here. They come in 6-7 months. You remember my foundation students remember Jerry biscuits? This Jerry biscuits, you guys know? Others know Jerry biscuit, that yellow color square biscuit with cheese on top and sugar. No, not nice biscuit. Cheese cracker. Cheese cracker. Yeah, yeah. Yellow color cheese cracker. The now I've been talking about it since the last so many years. All right, every student knows I like that biscuit. It started selling in Bombay last 7-8 months. I used to buy like whatever they had, 15, 20 in bulk. Yes, because my extended family loved that biscuit. So I had to like, okay, these are 2 packets for you. This is 2 for them, 2 for my other cousin, for my other relatives. And my relatives, I would get biscuits for them from here. Once the security guy asked me to open my bag because he couldn't understand what was there. I was in my security. He actually asked me to open because nicely I had arranged the whole bag with biscuits. And he looked at the biscuit and he looked at me. I was like, you want one? What? That's the maximum I could say. But understand something, the product range here, in spite of being the same country, you guys have a better range. Literally a better range. Whatever you see in the supermarket over here, Nilgiris, etc., you don't see it over there. Another example, you know Amul sells camel milk here? Yeah, in a bottle. If you go and see, it's not there till now over there. See, it's a horrible product. I've drank it. Okay. I have drank it. It's a horrible. It tastes very bad. You feel like vomiting after that. Okay. It's one of my hobbies is to buy new products and try. Okay. So I tried it. I felt like vomiting over there. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is you are getting a wider range. Now imagine, now coming back, Amazon Prime, Netflix and all of these things. Now, and can I say India is predominantly tea drinking? Yes or no? We can look at the color of the tea and tell without tasting whether the tea is fine, good or not. Yeah, you can either smell it or look at it. Without tasting, you can say, sir, the tea is good or bad. Yes? Now, see, understand something. Netflix came in, Amazon Prime came in, Disney, Hotstar, etc., streaming. We got exposed to the Western culture. All right. Someone here said that we foreign countries, right? Now, this is actually the thing that happened. We got exposed to foreign culture, right? We saw people drinking coffee in the morning. So the young people started adopting those habits. Now we are more open to drinking coffee. Earlier we were tea dominating, a tea drinking nation. All right. Filter coffee is famous here, particular part, but I'm talking about country as a whole. So always remember, I'm talking about country. Filter coffee because it's a growth or it's a natural thing to south. Right, it grows over here, so people drink over here. All right, now that doesn't mean tea is grown in Assam, it's not drank anywhere else in the world. Of course, the entire country drinks tea. But understand something. Now we slowly became more open to drinking coffee. All right, earlier we would not know what, okay, for coffee was something that is black and bitter. This is all we knew, right? But with tea, we knew whether, okay, this is a strong tea, whether there's more milk in it, whether there's more tea leaves in it, if there's something called masala tea, if there's some masala in it, elaichi, etc., etc. We could understand the profiles. All right, we could understand the profiles. But I'll give you two random coffees. Will you be able to tell which is better? No. No, you'll not be able. At that time, earlier you would not be able to tell. Now you are in a position slowly learning that what a good coffee tastes like or looks like. All right, tastes like or looks like. That's why CCD failed and Starbucks passed. CCD is not there anymore. The owner, in fact, passed away, right? He committed suicide. Why? CCD was ahead of its time. CCD was ahead of its time. The time when they started serving us coffee, we had no idea what a coffee should taste like. We were just drinking whatever they were giving. Later on, we realized that this is not how a coffee should taste like. You're getting it? It's just something, it's a sweet liquid. All right. Plus, there were other issues also, franchising, etc., etc. Quality went down, etc. But the market was not ready for coffee at that time. Cultures changed. We became more open. We tried other things. Starbucks came. All the 4 criteria satisfied. It conducted its operation later, much later. It satisfied its customers. It achieved its object. Now, if you see in the market Hershey's Kisses, earlier were they there? No. You've had earlier? Yes. Relatives, friends, etc. getting from the Hershey's Kisses, small chocolate, Hershey's chocolate bar, right? Hershey's chocolate syrup. Caramel syrup is also here now, right? Strawberry and chocolate were already there. Caramel has now been introduced in the market. So look at the products, how they change. There's no coincidence. That's what I'm saying. M&M are now available, MRP. Yes or no? M&M. Why? Earlier what we would eat? Gems. Right? Gems, 5 rupee packet, very happy. Attitudes change, preferences change. We want to try new products, right? Even when you go into the market, you see something new by Cadbury, you tend to buy, right? Now Cadbury has this salted caramel. Yes or no? Dark? Yuck. Silk, not silk, dark. It's called Cadbury Dark. Why is it there? People are preferring, people are preferring fancier chocolates. Right? People are preferring fancier chocolate. Dairy Milk was simple 5 rupee plain chocolate. Look at how Dairy Milk was and look at where Dairy Milk is now. All right, red velvet Oreo, silk Oreo, Cadbury dark. All right, in dark also there's plain, there is salted caramel, then butterscotch. Why? People are fans, they want fancy things. Lindt has come into the market, right? They have so many flavors. They have chili, they have chili, they have orange, they have salted caramel, they have coconut. There are so many flavors. All right, so it has to compete. It has to conduct its operation. It has to attract and satisfy customers so that it competes successfully. You're getting it. The market has become very, very competitive. Very, very competitive. Kinder Joy, 1 minute. Kinder Joy, you remember the toy? Yeah, I still like it. I also buy it for the toy only, right? Sometimes the toys are very good. Now, Cadbury also has something that is similar. I don't lickable. Why is it doing? Satisfying 4 criteria. Conducting its operation, attracting and satisfying customers to compete successfully in this market and achieve organizational objectives. All right. Why these things are changing? Because of all of these cultural changes happening in the world. Yes. Hmm. Yes, yes. Are are not successful. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. See, here I'm telling you why these products come into picture. The entire story, whether they are good or bad, is a separate market decision. Why is Cadbury doing this? Is that they have some mental process. They are doing strategic management. They have to, otherwise they lose market share. You're getting it? They will lose market share. Now, whether the product is a pass or fail, it's a very different story. Strategic management will just tell you what to do, what's the right thing. See, sometimes the product is exceptional, the market doesn't accept it. Market rejects it, right? The market rejects it. Now, for example, small dairy milk. Yeah, they also stop. Now, I'll give you a better example. Krispy Kreme. Donuts, Krispy Kreme. You've heard of Krispy Kreme? Donuts. You like it? No. Donut House. Now, I'll tell you 1 minute. I'm sure Donut House is a local this thing and older than Krispy Kreme, at least in terms of relativity in the market here in Chennai. Yes? Everyone here has heard of Donut House? At least? Okay. Have you heard of something called Mad Over Donuts? Right? MOD, Mad Over Donuts. The ones who have not heard, it's similar to like Donut House. Right? But I'll tell you something, that's not how donuts are supposed to taste. What we are used to eating is fried bread. What your Donut House and what MOD serves is fried bread. Donut is what actually Krispy Kreme serves. Successful product. It's very popular throughout the world. India markets rejected it. All right, Indian market. Sometimes our preferences change. We move from tea to coffee. All right, we move. Sometimes our preferences change. Sometimes they don't. Now it's not Krispy Kreme's fault. The market is not ready yet. All right, the market is not. Every world, it's very popular in the entire world. In fact, I grew up eating Krispy Kreme. All right, I was very happy when they opened. They opened in so many places, but they shut. Bombay doesn't have a Krispy Kreme anymore. Chennai has. Chennai has. Bombay doesn't have. They have shut operations over there. Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, Dunkin' Donuts had those breakfast options, etc. Closed. Market did not accept it. BlackBerry Messenger. BBM. What is it? Same like WhatsApp, but came ahead of its time. Came ahead of its time. Didn't accept. Market accepted it, but then for a very short period of time. They quickly moved to WhatsApp. It launched at the right time. They had the other advantage that it was cross-platform. BlackBerry was only limited to BlackBerry phone. It was cross-platform. Anyone could use WhatsApp. That's why it succeeded and BlackBerry failed. Okay. Yeah. So, your BBM failed means BlackBerry as an organization failed. Huh, huh. They didn't change. They didn't change. Later we'll see. We'll see what BlackBerry did, what Nokia did, what Apple is doing now. We'll see all of that. But making sense? Now read the part which is there below. Strategic, consciously chosen to 1 minute. Mobilize resources. Direct human effort. Now guys, understand something. Those charged with governance, what do? Make it a productive entity and they bring resources. 5 M's, same thing given over here in a different manner. Right? What does it do? Flexibly plan to mobilize resources, to direct human effort and behavior. Influence process. This is what your influence process is, to handle events and problems, identify and utilize and meet challenges for survival and success. This is exactly what you studied over here. Just the presentation is different. You need to realize this, that you have studied this, it's just given in a different manner. So no need to worry that much, right? All right. Now, we come to the next concept. What time do you take a break first? Tell me that. 9:30. Okay, after 9:30, whatever it is. And how long is the break? 40 minutes. What do you do for 40 minutes? I don't need a break for 40 minutes. In fact, I'll be bored for 40 minutes. I have no idea what I'll do for 40 minutes. My break is 40 minutes. What do you do in 40 minutes? Breakfast for 40 minutes. Strategize what you need. Very nice. Okay. Proactive and reactive measures and strategy. Okay. Comfortable till now? Understanding? Okay. Proactive and reactive measure. What is proactive? Nothing I understood. One by one. Yes. Tell me. Hmm. No, I'm not talking about from start. I asked, what did I ask? Proactive. Meaning of the word proactive. Doing something in advance. Okay. Then anyone else? No, no. So doing something before the event happens. Doing something before the event happens. Someone was here saying forecasting. Okay. No. Forecasting, you can say, is a part. Proactive means, yes, doing things or taking steps before the event takes place. Analyze before, yes, before event, right? If you study now, starting today, you are being proactive. You fail and you start working harder, you are reactive. Are you understanding? So you are conducting steps or you're doing things well in advance, means you're proactive. All right, we'll think of the business steps later. First, understand what proactive means and what reactive means, right? Now, it is fairly important from your exam point of view because your institute likes asking you this question. Strategy, either it'll ask you true or false. Like strategy is neither proactive nor reactive, or write a short note on strategy is only proactive or is only reactive. Either of the things, institute likes asking you or testing you regarding these topics. Okay. Now, yes, 15 marks. 15 marks MCQ. So it makes it easier for you to score because you can't get even 14 out of 15 is also not allowed in my paper. You have to get 15 on 15 on MCQ. How? Means study. You will know. You will know. You will know. See, I'll tell you something. I've told my students before also. The students who say, I don't know, sir, paper was very difficult, I think I will fail, and they end up passing. Right? They lie. They lie. I'm telling you. There is no student who can come and tell me that, sir, I don't know how my paper went. If you're telling me I don't know how my paper went, means you're lying to me. Literally, you're lying to me or you're lying to yourself. Because when you're sitting there for 3 hours writing the paper, you exactly know what you're writing. You're not kids, right? They come out and they say paper was so difficult. How was your paper? First they'll ask others. They say, okay, my paper is also okay. No, nothing, rubbish. You exactly know what you have written and how much marks you will get. Okay, you exactly know. And you know whether you will pass or fail. You also know that also, right? The ones who are saying, I don't know what will happen, and they suddenly pass, rubbish, they lied. Okay, remember, if your friends have told you this and they suddenly passed and then they say, I don't know how it happened, rubbish. Okay, they exactly know how it happened. They worked hard, they studied, they just told you a different version of their story. All right, you will know exactly how. When I gave the ITSM paper, I knew exactly what was going to happen, and it happened that way. When I gave my audit paper, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Right, I remember if I would have failed, I would have failed in ITSM. All right, I remember, and it was, the situation was like that. Audit, I remembered when I wrote the paper, I was like, this paper will get 55 minimum. I knew it when I came out of the paper. Like, I have written enough to get a 55, but not more, not that great that I'll get 60. But I ended up getting a 74. No, but I knew I would pass. No, I was above 55 range. I knew I was like 55 range is something that I'm expecting. My it went above my expectations. It was not that I was expecting 55 and got a 40 or I failed. I knew my paper was good. I was confident. That's why I said 55. But I ended up getting 74. I don't know how. All right. Don't think I'm smart or anything. Okay. Literally, I don't know how I got 74 in audit. Audit is something I don't understand. I'm from the tax background. Audit is actually something that I don't understand. I got better marks in audit rather than tax. Anyway, proactive and reactive. Okay. Now, this COVID situation happened, lockdown, deliveries and all were shut. Okay, deliveries and all were not happening. Did you observe a change in Zomato and Swiggy? Yes or no? No. What changed? Cash on delivery was already there. Free delivery and all was already there before. Restaurant offers, membership, advertising. Wait, 1 minute. Yeah. Safety measures first. We are going back during lockdown. We're not talking about now. Lockdown means when everything was shut and then they were slowly opening. I'm talking about that time. What change did you observe? One step before that also. There was one particular change I want you to know. They left food delivery and they started doing this groceries and essentials. Dunzo already had. I agree with you. I'm explaining. No. Wait, let me talk. Let me talk. Dunzo is a very different thing. I can't compare it to Zomato and Swiggy. That's why I'm not talking about Dunzo. Okay, it was already there, already operating, already has its customers. I'm talking about Zomato and Swiggy because a pure food delivery service is now started selling anything. They became so desperate, anything. First, we'll deliver fruits and vegetables also because restaurants were shut. They'll deliver essentials also. Then Swiggy started delivering what Dunzo was doing, parcels as well, right? Swiggy Genie or something they introduced, and I don't know whether Zomato did or not. Yeah, they pick up and drop services of parcels as well, right? What was that? That was a proactive measure, right? They couldn't just sit over there and wait. Yeah, they couldn't just sit over. Yeah, I think this is, yeah. So they couldn't just sit over there and not conduct operations. All right, they couldn't just sit, wait for the restaurant to open, and then they will start doing. No. All right. Other restaurants, big restaurants, lounges started offering their places as offices. All right, there's some a restaurant chain called as Social. Social is here also? Yes, right? Social is now offering its places as office space. You come, you pay a minimum amount, you work, we'll give you food also. Whether you're paying for the food basically, but you can sit for a longer period of time. Now you think these are innovative ways of doing business. All right, these are innovative ways of doing business. Now, people are not ordering in that much. People are ordering in, but they are not visiting restaurants that much. It's pretty relaxed over here, in fact. Like when I came in the city, people are chilled out. They're like, okay, COVID doesn't exist. Right? If it exists, okay, we'll go up, we'll see later on. Yeah, it's pretty chill over here. It's pretty chill over here because here, as I said, only one person is wearing a mask. Two people. Three people are wearing a mask, right? It's okay. Just stay safe is what I'm trying to say. If you're meeting the same people every day, that's fine. If these people are meeting other people, that's a problem. All right? Anyway, proactive means what? You are planning and adapting. Oh, sorry, wait, no. Just planning in advance. Let me come to reactive also. I'll explain everything. The reason I'm talking here in proactive, because understand, nothing about this lockdown was normal. Okay, it's unprecedented. It is literally unprecedented. From your finance markets to your businesses, nothing is what we had ever seen before. Right? I put it under proactive because they had no option but to come out. Right? You can call it, okay, it happened after fact. If you go by pure definition, of course, they reacted to it. But here I would want to say reactive strategy is when something that happens which is regarding their business and then they react. I take it at that point of time, right? For example, uh, that is one example. I'll give you reactive also, don't worry. One, first understand plan, proactive strategies. Okay, proactive strategies are planned strategies. Okay, first of all, proactive strategy, and remember this, we are here now. Two things. First is market position and the second is financial performance. All right, proactive strategies always try to achieve two things. First one is market position improve and financial performance. It's because of these two criterias and this particular COVID situation is why I put Zomato in plan. Otherwise you can put it in reactive also by strong this thing. But COVID is such a situation where everything was unprecedented, right? Nothing in the COVID was something which is seen before. Anyway, understood proactive? Right? When the company is trying to do two things, it's trying to improve its position or its financial performance.
Like comparing they have taken the measures. Comparing overall, like Zomato with some other app, like say Ola, Uber.
Why Zomato with Ola and Uber?
Like that's what I'm asking. Would you compare that similar app with the same line of business, or would you compare it overall? All the other apps.
I'm talking about same line of business. Zomato, Swiggy, and all of these same line of business. All right, what are you doing with the AC? Switching it off. What? Increasing. Why? You're feeling cold. I am feeling hot. Okay. I don't care what is happening there. I should not feel hot. If you guys are feeling hot, you wear sweaters, mufflers, monkey cap, whatever you want. Okay, I should not feel hot. If that AC, let them do this, you keep it at 21 or whatever. Okay, because I feel hot, I would put it on swing. Yeah, put it on swing. All right, because all of this light and all. Okay, anyway, the heat is something which I can't bear. It's so hot. 32 feels different here and 32 feels different. It's the same temperature. Same temperature. So humidity should be both. Even this is coastal, that is coastal. Mumbai is also coastal, but the 32 here is very different. What exposure? Direct sun. We get indirect sunlight. Yesterday when I was coming out of the airport, it was I was like, why is it so hot? Then I looked at the weather app, like, it still says 32. Then, anyway, now, reactions. Reactions are always regarding two things: unanticipated developments and fresh market condition. Now, coming back to Cadbury, coming up with salted caramel is a reaction to the market. Why? There's a fresh market condition. There is an unanticipated development. Suddenly Hershey's is in the market. Suddenly M&M is in the market. Skittles is in the market. Skittles doesn't make much of a difference to Cadbury because that's fruit based and this is chocolate based. Doritos, all of these things, right, coming into the market are either unanticipated development or a fresh market condition. These are companies. So should a strategy be only proactive or only reactive? Both. Right? Strategy cannot always be 100% proactive. Okay, it cannot be. There are certain things which will always fall in unanticipated development or fresh market condition. All right. Proactive is before something happens, you try to take steps. Right? Before plastic got banned, or when plastic was about to get banned, McDonald's stopped serving cups, those plastic caps, and straws were removed. What is it? It's a part of proactive, right? Proactive strategy. Nike comes up with recyclable sneakers, right? Recyclable plastic shoes, proactive. Why? They want to save the environment. It's a marketing strategy also. They want to show that they are very environmental friendly, etc., etc. But again, from this particular topic, you will say it's a proactive strategy. When I talk about reactive, when some product comes in, something comes in. Betty Crocker. Heard of Betty Crocker? No? Really? Betty Crocker, you're not heard? What do they do? They have cake mixes. Yeah, cake mixes, meaning everything is given to you, just follow the instruction, bake a cake. Like Pillsbury. Yes, like Pillsbury. Betty Crocker is an American company which has come recently to India, is what I'm trying to say. Slowly you will see it in the market. But the concept is the same like Pillsbury, but it's much better. Honestly, because I've tried both the products, Betty Crocker is much better. Right? The whole fashion of mug cakes was very popular during the lockdown because we had nothing to do but to eat. All right, we'll try Dalgona coffee, right? By the way, Dalgona coffee, I'll give you, ITC is selling Dalgona coffee. Sunbeam, I think is the name. Sunbeam. They're actually selling that foam. They're not selling coffee beans. I'm not talking about coffee beans. You know Dalgona coffee, that foamy liquid, right? That foamy liquid, they started selling that. Reactive strategy. It became so popular, they made it into a product. In a jar, you just take out that cream and you put it on top of the milk. Imagine. ITC is doing this. ITC is doing this. Indian company. Betty Crocker, again, reactive strategy. No, yeah, Betty Crocker, again, cake mix. It saw India is now seeing an approach. They sell brownies, vanilla cake, chocolate cake, double chocolate cake, fudge, etc., etc. Mug cakes also. Just put the powder in the mug, put milk, put it in the microwave. It also gives Hershey's syrup free along with it. All right. Why? They want to react. They are reacting to the Indian market. Pillsbury is there, but they said, okay, you cannot have one company dominate the entire thing. That's why they are coming in. It's a reactive strategy. All right. Planned strategy, avoiding plastic, Nike sneaker shoes, environmental friendly. All right. All of these are planned strategy, proactive or planned strategies. Yeah.
Any example for proactive or reactive? If what we feel is proactive might sometimes be reactive.
Could be. Can you repeat your question again?
No, it's about the same Zomato and Swiggy.
Huh.
Few of us think it's reactive.
No. Yes. Listen, if you go strictly by what is the definition, Zomato and Swiggy comes in reactive only. It comes in reactive only. I personally put it under planned or explained you under planned because the lockdown situation was unprecedented. They had like no way to anticipate all of these things. You're getting it? That's why. If you want for your ease of mind, you can put it under reactive, not an issue. Not an issue. But this particular example, because of the lockdown condition, I modified it and I told you under that. Otherwise, if you go purely by this, yes, reactive, because unanticipated development. Because unanticipated development. But when I talk about unanticipated, it's like abnormal loss to be ignored, right? You don't consider abnormal loss while calculating your financial performance, all right? Because it's similarly, I considered it as an abnormal event, which doesn't happen in day-to-day life. Unanticipated developments are basically your day-to-day routine development, like how you said budget or maybe plastic getting this thing. This the world has seen that plastic gets banned or something happens, a new market, competition increases. This is a normal, regular business environment. But like a pandemic coming in and shutting everything is an abnormal event. All right. Otherwise, you can surely go ahead and put it under reactive. It will come under reactive if you go by the definition. All right. Now, look at the conclusion here. No company can forecast the internal and the external environment. That's why a strategy has to be a good mix of proactive and reactive strategies. All right. Does everything always go according to plan? There are always deviations, right? We decide to finish SM in 6 days. It will take 8 days, 10 days, right? Then time will keep reducing. Then, okay, every day I'll put 10 hours. Then you say every day I'll put 12 hours, right? Then time just goes and then you end up giving another exam, right? Strategies backfire also, yes.
They put a even belong to the kitchen. It was strategy to tell that they are giving jobs to women and also giving them scholarships. But many people took it wrong way and started getting.
They also like supported this on social media, but
Strategies backfire all the time. Strategies backfire all the time. Now, Burger King has amazing strategies and advertising campaigns. All right, it has amazing this thing, but sometimes it doesn't work in India. Wendy's is now in India. Burger joint. Again, it comes to it's open in Delhi, I think. Wendy's is now. Burger King, I'll tell you. But Burger King got listed. Burger King got listed. McDonald's is here for so many years. So many years. Like from childhood, it's still not listed. Is McDonald's listed? No. Burger King is listed. It buys and sells its share. I'll tell you what the problem with Burger King is. Burger King is famous for the mutton burger, not chicken. All right. And India, the population of mutton eating population is much, much less. People tend to eat chicken. Either people eat chicken or they are vegetarians, but the mutton eaters, red meat eaters are very less. Is the reason it's not doing that well. McDonald's serves only chicken and vegetarian meals, and it's very old also. People are used to it. Is the reason over there. Okay. Now this this is not there in the module, but a small differentiation between the word strategy and the word policy. All right, just go through it.